It seems that Springfield's answer to trying to finally get enough money to maybe balance their budget, which they've never done in years and years, is to take from villages who have had balanced budgets and have been accountable and made budget cuts over the years. So we will keep on top of them, and we will reject any unfunded mandates that they also seem to also want to pass on to us with the other hand. Number 2 is reform current employment pension. That's really not an issue so much for this community, but it does impact us overall in government. Direct deposit of our distributive funds, PSEBA reform, including a definition of catastrophic injury. That's a definition that's really changed. It's not, doesn't even really mean catastrophic injury anymore. Manning is a management function. Of course, build the Route 53 extension will stay on there. That was on there last year, and we have made some headway, but we want to keep the pressure on. And then we want to remove the prevailing wage requirement for routine maintenance. Other issues, sourcing retailer tax and tax laundering. That was kind of a nickname he gave it. It's retailer tax that gets passed around or cleaned through other businesses. So we kind of called it a way of tax laundering and funneling it out to somebody else. There's various FOIA issues, which I think we've all been talking about FOIA for a long time. With the current FOIA changes, it's really municipalities into free market research firms. We're not as hard hit as some villages, but Kathy does get quite a few what I call nonsensical FOIA requests, and basically they're just looking to get free information so they can package it as market research. Arbitration and ability to pay, and then of course the important one that's also near and dear to our hearts is foreclosure, to hold financial institutions and mortgage servicers liable directly for maintaining any vacant or abandoned properties. This continues to be a persistent problem, and we got the priority lien, but we're still dishing out money to pay for the maintenance of these properties and having to file the liens. And even though it's a priority lien, you're still waiting a considerable amount of time. So now we're moving forward to find a way to hold the financial institutions and mortgage services liable much quicker to make them maintain the property. Of course, they're in Springfield this week, and we'll see what makes it to the floor, and I'll keep everybody posted as things progress. And then on a final note, again, I'll expand a little bit on this under business. On the bottom of my report, I just want the board to be aware that a special meeting for CENTCOM, the executive board, and the JETS board has been tentatively set for Tuesday, November 15th at 3 p.m., which is going to be held at the Round Lake Firehouse on Nippersink. An email went out to all the board members with a couple time choices. They're waiting to hear what's better for the members, so when that time at 3 p.m. is confirmed and the actual meeting notice is posted in the next day or two, I will let everybody know. But I would say odds are the meeting is going to be held at this time.
Do you want us to attend?
I don't feel that you need to attend, but it's a public meeting and you are welcome to attend. Jim Rockwell and I will certainly be there. And
any use for us to be there? Does it help in anything?
I don't think it would matter either way, but it doesn't hurt to be informed, so I certainly wouldn't be against anyone attending, let me put it that way. But I'll also be discussing that further under business, so. Okay, and that's all I have at this time. We'll move on to reports of standing committees. Finance, Trustee Daly.
Already given on the treasurer's report.
Okay. Public Works, Trustee Walkington.
Nothing real important. We have a public works tomorrow. We have a new alternative energy ordinance to go over from Jim Rock to in the next couple of weeks, months. Well, let's make it a month.
You're gonna have it ready for the December meeting, Gary?
January.
January, okay.
We just passed another.
Yeah, I'm just asking.
I'm just I'll have it done sooner or later.
Let me put it this way, Gary, you have to have it done by the January board meeting.
Oh, I will have it done by that.
Okay.
And we do have a public works meeting tomorrow at 6:30.
Okay.
Question concerning public works, and really might be more Greg's. With budget development and decisions on what roads will be worked on next year, is that part of the road study? You use the road study as your guideline for that, those work requests or budget allocation?
That is correct.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Public safety, trustee Crease.
Look, well, the first thing I want to talk about today is that I did get a response about the bike path, the safety issue that we have going on there. As a matter of fact, this is from today. I got an email from Mike Burke, and they said that they're getting a contractor, they're going to hire a contractor to adjust the culvert and to remove the riprap, old rock, and then landscape it to remove this hazard. So that's going to be done in the very near future. He said, here it says he should be able to have it done all in the next few weeks.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're moving forward with that, so which is great. At our last meeting that we have kind of come up with the sign, or I should say the flashing beacon, okay, for pedestrian crossing. We came up with kind of one that we kind of like and everything else, but the only problem is we're not budgeted for this. So it's going to be, basically, we're going to look at it. I asked Jerry to look into it, and we're probably going to have this started again back up in the springtime.
So you're looking to put it in the 2012
budget,
budget?
right.
Okay,
To move
yeah.
forward with it.
Okay, which is not that far away.
No, right.
Yeah.
So that's what, unless Georgiana wants to make it a tree or something. No, just- But, no. But, and
Because it's a one-time thing, it should be part of the capital improvement, right, rather than an ongoing operational budget item.
We'll just put it in next year's budget under beautification. We'll get different colored lights.
so, and then as far as the, tomorrow I guess we'll talk with Jeff on the backup generator and find out how.
Did you get quotes for tomorrow's meeting?
I am actually still waiting for Eric to email them to me. I've been mentioning it to him, this will be the second time. He's got it, he's been extremely busy.
Should we send him an email and say we would like it for tomorrow's public works meeting?
He has been well notified.
Okay, all right. All right, maybe I'll just send him, I'll give him a call on this stuff, just for what it's worth. Okay, Wally, thank you. Wetlands and open spaces, trustee Duberstein.
We had our bi-monthly wetlands meeting. The entrances are all prepared for the winter. And the committee decided that they would like to work on a long-range plan for the stormwater detention maintenance and beautification and landscaping. So we're going to be working on that and hopefully have it presented at our January meeting.
Okay.
That's it.
Community relations, trustee Uranowski.
Well, I would first like to thank everybody who made Halloween very successful as I was working, and would like to apologize for canceling our last meeting because I was again working when we were supposed to be having a meeting. So my schedule's getting a little bit better now. I'm easing into the new job, so we will be having a community relations meeting on Thursday at 1 p.m. here at the Village Hall if anybody would like to attend. We will be discussing the holiday mixer, and moving forward, we will be talking about the budget and Hainesville Fest. So, believe it or not, we are going to start very early this year in planning so that we can get everything done and well funded, so Jerry doesn't have to worry about spending any money on it.
Okay, well, thank you. And we know you've been working hard, John. We're very proud of you. All right, we're going to move on to business. First item under business is discussion of Illinois House Bill 3793 and Senate Bill 2073 with proposed local revenue reduction. I'm really hoping this does not go to the floor down in Springfield. There's a committee, State Representative Jack Franks advanced this bill out of the House Revenue and Finance Committee, and it alters the property tax cap law. The current tax cap is the lesser of the annual increase in the Consumer Price Index, or 5%, or the rate of increase approved by voter referendum. Under Frank's legislation, a new tax cap would be established when the equalized assessed value in a taxing district is less than the EAV for that district in the previous levy year. In these instances, the tax cap would be set at 0%, or the rate of increase approved by the voters in that taxing district. If Representative Frank's bill is called for a floor vote, it will be very difficult for legislators to vote against it. And our concern, and when I say ours, municipalities, this is to us a wolf in sheep's clothing, because the reason why they're going to have a hard time voting it down is they're not looking at the big picture. They're saying, okay, well, why would I vote to lower your property tax? That's how they're going to sell it. But what it's doing is it's taking our money, it's away from the municipalities, and it's going to take away your services. And then it's also going to empower them to have more money on their end, ultimately. So we're asking everybody, I mean you, the residents, the business owners, not just us. I have already sent letters to all the reps, all the senators, saying do not entertain this bill. I think it's an election year attempt to capitalize on the frustration of taxpayers who have experienced declining home values due to the poor economy. There's just better ways to address this whole issue. So, I don't know if any of the trustees have any questions or concerns. You know, the Illinois Constitution has just really been thrown against the wall. They're breaking all the rules. We went through this in spring, and this really is kind of the same thing again. I am frustrated along with my fellow mayors because we talk to the state senators, we talk to the state representatives, and they nod their head, and yet when they're down in Springfield, they seem to vote whatever way they feel they need to vote at that time. With no regard to the Illinois Constitution, and I don't even know how they can go back to the municipality that they live in, because they have to live in a municipality somewhere. And at some point, if this money keeps being taken away, we're going to have to tell you that we're seriously cutting services if these things start going through. So you'll have a lower property tax. Really? No, you'll have a lower property tax from the village. You'll be taxed higher in the state of Illinois, and you won't get the snow plowing that you used to get, or the beet juice, or whatever. So, we talked at this legislative committee, which we pride ourselves on being professional, being articulate, writing letters, doing these groups that are the mayor's caucus, the municipal league, you know, DuPage has their league, Lake County has theirs, and yet we continue to be ignored all of a sudden. It's as if we don't exist. We've never encountered this before. And it's almost like we feel, well, gee, I guess we're going to have to go down and storm the castle.